Co-powered by Get quick loans from Tata Capital. Co-powered by घर लेना हो या बेचना 99 एकड़ से ही पूछना. Volkswagen Verter.
All-out political war in Pakistan. Maryam Nawaz launches frontal attack on Imran Khan.
लोग हमेशा खवातीन की हिफाजत करते हैं. ये पहला मैंने गीदड़ देखा है जो कहता है खवातीन आके मेरी हिफाजत करें.
Accuses him of being king of corruption.
मुल्क को मिलने वाले तोहफे बेच के अपनी नस्लें संवार ली.
Imran Khan fears he may be assassinated.
मैं कह रहा हूं मेरी जान खतरे में है और मैं पहले 2 महीने पहले कह रहा था कि जान खतरे में, उसके बाद हमला हुआ मेरे पे.
Pakistan businessmen rush to Pakistan Army Chief. As political crisis escalates, is Pakistan heading towards martial law?
The political crisis in Pakistan is escalating, with Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz leader Maryam Nawaz Sharif calling for the arrest of Imran Khan, accusing him of pushing Pakistanis to their death, facing security forces as he hides under his bed, running away from due process of law. Imran Khan, on the other hand, fears for his life. He fears he could be assassinated. With the political, economic and security crisis escalating in Pakistan, is the country staring at martial law?
Pakistan reels under tremendous economic distress, with high inflation and unemployment rates.
ये होता है शेर और गीदड़ में फर्क. ये होता है लीडर और गीदड़ में फर्क.
And the economic distress is raising political heat. On Thursday, Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz leader Maryam Nawaz Sharif tore into PTI chief Imran Khan, calling him a Geedad. Speaking at a meeting of the district youth coordinators, Maryam launched fresh salvos at the former Pakistani Prime Minister.
उनको अपने बच्चे तो लंदन में बड़ी सेफ जगहों पे बिठाए हुए हैं. उनको कोई उंगली भी नहीं लगा सकता. कौम के बच्चे जो है उनको आप कहते हो कि सड़क पे आओ और मार खाओ और मेरी कैंपेन लीड करो, खुद आप घर से नहीं निकलते. दुनिया की मैंने पहली तहरीक ये देखी है जिसमें लीडर घर में छुप के बैठा है और खवातीन को और नौजवानों को सामने रखा हुआ है कि आओ मेरी हिफाजत करो. कल मैं खवातीन के एक फंक्शन से खिताब कर रही थी. मैंने कहा मैंने पहली दफ़ा सुना है लोग हमेशा खवातीन की हिफाजत करते हैं. ये पहला मैंने गीदड़ देखा है जो कहता है खवातीन आके मेरी हिफाजत करें.
She further accused Imran of looting the country.
इलेक्शन जीत के वो सीट्स छोड़ देता है. ये कोई बच्चों का खेल है. मुल्क के पैसे लगते हैं इसमें. सारे पैसे इससे निकलवाने चाहिए. फिर मैं देखूं कितनी जगह खड़ा होता है जिसका घर कोई और चलाता है, जिसका किचन कोई और चलाता है, जिसने मुल्क के तोहफे, मुल्क को मिलने वाले तोहफे बेच के अपनी नस्लें संवार ली, जिसकी बीवी 5-5 कैरेट का एक रिंग लेती रही एक फाइल पे दस्तखत करने के बदले. जिसने 4 साल में सवाए पैसा बनाने के और कुछ नहीं किया.
Maryam's virulent attacks on Imran came days after Pakistan police brutally thrashed PTI supporters in Lahore as they clashed with the security forces. Now the PTI chief has claimed a threat to his life.
आर्मी स्टाफ जनरल सैयद आसिम मुनीर शाह आर्मी हाउस में वबे वजीर खजाना इशराक डार पाकिस्तान की चोटी की कारोबारी शख्सियात से मिले. मुसलसल 3 घंटे तक जारी रहने वाली इस मुलाकात में जनरल आसिम मुनीर के साथ कोई दूसरी फौजी शख्सियत नहीं थी.
The political turmoil comes amidst uncertainty over IMF's bailout. A few days ago, Pakistan's top businessmen met Army Chief Asim Munir at the presence of Finance Minister Ishaq Dar. The meet has once again raised the question, who really runs Pakistan? Is the army the last hope of Pakistan? Is Pakistan heading towards a martial law? Bureau Report, India Today.
So there is now a no-holds-barred war between Imran Khan of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf and Maryam Nawaz of Pakistan Muslim League, the Nawaz faction. The political crisis in Pakistan escalating by the hour. It's not even by the day now. Maryam Nawaz says Imran Khan Geedad hai, leader nahi. He's like a jackal. He's not a leader of people in Pakistan. Imran Khan, on the other hand, fears for his life. IMF loan yet to be sanctioned for Pakistan. Is Pakistan then looking at martial law if political parties cannot get their act together? Joining me on this special broadcast, Maid Ali, a respected political analyst from Pakistan, and Sushant Sareen, senior fellow at the Observer Research Foundation, keeps a hawk eye on developments across the border. Maid Ali, I want to begin by asking you, sir, is the political crisis deepening in Pakistan? Imran Khan is being accused of being a chor and a Geedad who sent his own children to London and wants other people's children to die in jails as part of this jail bharo.
Yeah, first part of your question, yes, Pakistan is in deep crisis, not only political, but economic, and I also believe there are serious security threats within the country. Number two, Imran Khan, those are all, I would call them political, it's a political rhetoric on part of the PDM, especially being carried out by Maryam Nawaz, who believes that Imran Khan should be sort of responded in the same coin as he had been doing in the past. And this is a new phase of political, I would say, animosity rather than rivalry, where these politicians can't even stand each other for a moment. And I think that's what's going on. And Maryam especially has taken it to a new height, because she knows that her uncle Shehbaz Sharif has failed to deliver. The government that she's in my opinion, not from within but from without, is part of, and she's trying to sort of play both ends, like she's trying to disown herself from the follies, from the failures of the government, and just to have a tirade on Imran Khan. That's what.
Sushant Sareen, is Pakistan then heading towards martial law if political parties have no common ground, no meeting ground, and the crisis, as Maid Ali also tells us, is escalating on multiple fronts? There's a political crisis, an economic crisis, and a security crisis, existential crisis in Pakistan.
Exactly, Gaurav, and I suspect that if the politicians are not able to get their act together, as it seems that they are not going to be able to get their act together, I think the military will be left with no option but to intervene. Not that that will solve the problem, but what else is on offer? You have squabbling politicians at a time when the economy has virtually collapsed. They're bankrupt, yes, but the economy has virtually come to a standstill. The state is faltering. Governance is at a premium. There is no governance actually in Pakistan. Street crime has increased tremendously. And as Maid Ali says, there is a huge wave of terrorism coming Pakistan's way. And on top of that, you have a political crisis, which is even worse than what you had in the 1990s. The one point where I disagree with Maid Ali is when he blames it on Maryam Nawaz Sharif. I think Maryam is very feisty. She's taking on a demagogue like Imran Khan. But for a good reason, because Imran Khan is the man who has injected this poison in Pakistani politics, and the other guys are only responding to it. Now, it's all very well to blame the guys in government, but I don't think they have much of a choice. The problem, however, is that this rhetoric would have gone down really well with the masses, provided the economy, there was some modicum of or some semblance of stability in the economy. But if the economy is in such a bad shape that people are not even able to afford 2 square meals a day, then this rhetoric really does not really work. And I think it riles up people against the incumbent. So I think it's a mess, whichever way you look at it.
It's a mess in Pakistan. Maidali, business leaders, we are told, went and met the Pakistan Army Chief General Munir along with Ishaq Dar. Is Pakistan Army still looked at as perhaps the last resort, the only saviors of Pakistan?
I think they are. It's a way of looking at things. They have sort of retreated a lot in the past few months, or I would say a couple of years. They have retreated. They are on the retreat. They're trying to sort of take their hands off the politicians just to get out of it now. The mess, of course, which they have created themselves. But as for the meeting with the business leaders, yes, they feel safe. You know, business tycoons, they always look for guarantees, stability. So they just cannot look anywhere except for resorting to a solid meeting with the chief, with the finance minister of the country, because there is so much uncertainty at the moment that the business houses are really in trouble. We just cannot open LCs. There's an embargo which is unfair on imports, which become raw material of so many things that we export as well. You know, so they need to have some sort of stability in at least in businesses that they are running.
But Sushant Sareen, can Pakistan Army do anything right now? Given General Qamar Javed Bajwa had tried, he failed. Pakistan Army too. I mean, I don't know how much have we heard this earlier. Is it because of social media that we are hearing a lot more? Pakistan Army generals are being accused of massive corruption by the people in Pakistan and by the political leadership.
Exactly. So I think, and that is the biggest concern right now. With everything going wrong, you have two more problems on top of it. One is the judiciary. And as Maryam Nawaz Sharif very eloquently put it, the judges in Pakistan, you know, they've never been anything to write home about. But when she calls that these are not Imandar judges, but Imrandar judges, I think it says a lot about the state of the judiciary in Pakistan. And on top of that, you have a Pakistan Army, which for the first time, it is quite clear that there are divisions within the rank and file and within the larger ecosystem of the Pakistan Army. For example, the ex-servicemen, they are going hammer and tongs at the Pakistan Army. Pakistan Army's own stooges, you know, there are guys in London and other places who are taking pot shots at the serving army chief. They are accusing the Pakistan Army of carrying out, enforced disappearances. They are accusing the Pakistan Army, and quite rightly so. I don't think those allegations are entirely false. But they're accusing the Pakistan Army of target killings, of eliminating political rivals, of threatening and intimidating politicians. And the Pakistan Army finds itself in a very, very sorry situation where even if it wants to intervene, it is scared of intervening lest it unleashes a mass protest against the Pakistan Army. And even if the Pakistan Army was to seize control,
yes,
what will they control? Look, the point is that the problems today Pakistan is facing are entirely of the making of the Pakistan Army and the stupid generals who, rather than doing their drills in the parade grounds, decided that they are the most equipped to run a country. It is one thing to run a battalion. It is one thing to, you know, carry out maneuvers on an exercise field. Quite another to run a country. Quite another to understand economics. You just hear their retired generals when they start talking about economics, and you know, I don't have any hair on my head, but I really want to tear whatever little I have on my head because they are so utterly clueless.
Yes.
And yet they will act as though they know everything about what to do.
And
so
is that exactly
even if the army was to take over power, what will they solve?
Absolutely. Maidali, what can anyone do in Pakistan, given that despite so many rounds of talks, nothing has been achieved? IMF loan yet to be sanctioned, and IMF is putting fresh conditions. Pakistan, the leadership is being told, ensure that subsidies are only for the poorest of the poor and the rich don't pay their taxes. So what's happening in Pakistan? What's the expectation either of the political leadership or of Imran Khan, Maryam Nawaz or Imran Khan or the army?
Well, I think there's very little all these people could do to save this country the way they are trying to, the IMF is asking for expansion in the tax net. They are not expanding the tax net at the moment. They're bad policies, They are not expanding the tax net. They are putting more burden on the already taxpayer, existing taxpayer. So and this is just one example. They are not taking any initiatives which the IMF wants Pakistan to take, so it could sort of have a better economic scenario in the days to come. And this is the real problem. As Sushant has said, the generals, I wouldn't say it like that, but it's a wrongdoing of 75 years, which can't be undone in a few months. We have come to the point where all that we've been sort of, that burden that we've been facing and not standing up to the people, now it's time to pay. Now the people of Pakistan are paying. They also know, the people who have done this damage, they know exactly what they have done now. But the time to repent is, I think, almost over.
No, but is anyone even repenting? Because the rich, we are told, Sushant Sareen, and you understand Pakistan much better than most, the rich in Pakistan continue to live like kings. The army, the bureaucracy, the political leadership, they continue to live like nawabs. And the Aam Janta in Pakistan is saying that it's almost as if they occupy our country. So there is no solution in sight, is there?
No, there is not. And I think I can do no better than to quote John Kenneth Galbraith, a Nobel Prize winner, who had once written that the rich and the privileged, when also corrupt and incompetent, do not accept rescuing reform. And this exactly fits on Pakistan. So, you will see a tale of two cities play out in Lahore. You open a Canadian coffee house, and there are 2 kilometer long lines when people are not even able to get 2 square meals a day. You have idiots in Pakistan say, but we have such a thriving informal economy. Our black economy will save us. These jokers don't realize that a black economy signifies the failure of a state which cannot collect taxes, which has a very large informal economy, is a state which cannot survive. But try explaining it to their geniuses and their political scientists, who very eloquently say that, and these are former ministers, these are former editors, these are former generals, who say that, but our informal economy, our black economy is so strong, so we will survive. You have to hear them to believe how clueless and how utterly, I don't know. I have words in Punjabi, but I can't use them on your channel to describe these guys.
Okay, because Maid Ali, I think he understands those words in Lahore, and perhaps he uses them, against the same people. But Maid Ali, how is Imran Khan viewed in Pakistan now? Is he seen as a crusader? Is he still seen as a crusader against corruption? Or has the Tosha Khana case exposed him completely, the way Maryam Nawaz puts it?
That's the irony, That's the irony. Now we go back 2 years and you will find that we had the establishment Imran Khan duo doing disservice to this country. Whatever they could do, they did to this country. Now, after 2 years, Imran Khan is standing against the same people, and now he is the Messiah, and he is the Messiah for majority of this country. He still has a great following. If we hold elections, say in 2 months, in 3 months, or 4 months, he's going to win those elections. Nobody can stop him. And add to this, the inefficient government of the PDM, especially run by or led by Shehbaz Sharif, we had great hopes, but he has sort of he's a failure. He's an utter failure. And as Sareen has put it, we have parallel economy, and that economy is very dangerous to this country. And I will add, I will take it further. Not only that economy exists, but there's a nexus between the rulers of all kinds, wherever they are, and the leaders, I would call them, in judiciary or in the establishment or in business or elsewhere, even in media, they are conniving with them, they are hand in glove with them. So they are supporting them. They are not pushing things to the extent where it could be taken care of.
Sushant, Sareen, does Imran Khan, in your appreciation, remain this crusader against corruption, or is there merit that in his statement that because I'm fighting this clique Maidali talks of, he may be bumped off in Pakistan?
He is part of that clique. He's only fighting against members of that clique who are opposed to him, or members of that clique who do not, toe his line. Otherwise, how has he been any different from the others who preceded him and who have followed him? He has followed crony capitalism to the hilt.
Yes.
He has his wife, for example, and her girlfriend have been responsible for looting Punjab, left, right, and center. This guy himself has shown how petty he is by taking these expensive gifts which you get from foreign dignitaries, taking it at a very, very bargain basement price and then selling them in the market to profit from it. Have you heard of any other leader in the world doing something like that? That tells you what a petty and ghatiya man this fellow is. But his platform is that he is a crusader against corruption, even though there are enough corruption cases against him and his cronies. So I don't think the corruption narrative really works in his favor. He's also proved himself to be a fascist. I think what is working in his favor is the sheer incompetence and cluelessness of the incumbent regime, which is simply not able to get its act together and give a semblance of stability to the economy. So when the economy tanks, and people are out of jobs, people are not able to meet their ends, people are not able to educate their kids, they're not even able to meet expenses of basic stuff like electricity and gas and fuel and stuff like that, then, people get angry, and that anger obviously works in favor of people who are in the opposition. And if you have a demagogue like Imran Khan, he kind of harvests that anger, which is what he is doing. But he has absolutely no idea, no clue, no plan on how to save Pakistan.
Maidali, I have the last 30 seconds on this part of the show. Imran Khan fears he could be bumped off. He says there was an attempt made on his life. Of course, Maryam Nawaz says, why is he wearing a plaster for 5 months? Who wears a plaster for 5 months? And they think it's fake. And they will have his leg examined the moment he's arrested. But is there a fear he could be bumped off like Benazir Bhutto? Or can he be killed legally like her father, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto? There are past precedents in Pakistan of the Pakistan army using either terrorists or courts to achieve both aims.
I think if the present government goes to that extent, or shall I say, not the government, the people behind the government, if they go to that extent, that will be, I think, disastrous. They don't afford another martyr in Pakistan, and Imran Khan has a following, no matter who he is. I don't believe in him. I know that he can't deliver. I know he has no plan, nothing in his pocket to go ahead. But he is a popular leader, and if something goes wrong with him, then Pakistan will be in a serious trouble. Trouble.
Sushant sir, in last 20 seconds, tell me, what do you foresee in Pakistan? Either martial law or a Tahrir Square kind of revolution with people coming out on the streets?
Yeah, Gaurav, there will be no revolution in Pakistan. Pakistanis have no stomach for revolution. They have a lot of poetry on revolution, but no stomach for it. So revolution will not happen. There will be unrest. There will be, protests and stuff like that. But revolution, no. Number one. Number two, regardless of who takes over power, nobody seems to have any idea on how to fix things. Because before fixing things, things have to become even worse before they get any better. So I don't think that's likely to happen. And if you get rid of Imran Khan, you have a problem on your hands. And if you have Imran Khan at the helm of affairs, you have even bigger problems on your hands. And so I think it's whichever way you look at it, it's a big mess.
Pakistan remains a big mess, and we'll be tracking that story very closely. In next couple of days, we'll also discuss what that mess means for this entire region and what should India be doing. But for the moment, Mayed Ali and Sushant Sareen for joining me here on this special broadcast. Many thanks.
Let's go.
A quick break. News and updates continue on India Today. Stay with us.
Let me get this first from you, Mr. Parthasarathi. When you see those visuals, do you see that as the opposition alleges, self-obsession, personality cult politics, or do you see it as effective diplomacy using sport?